Hello dear viewer, I'm leesusss and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. Paused, because we're at an interesting point in the game here. I'm afraid I'm a little concerned about the radiation levels on Aqua. I think there's some sort of evolution going on here. I don't know. I mean, we're not very far from the lake, but yeah. Shotgun fishing. There you go. Okay, I mentioned fishing before, I think, which is what a classic start to one of my weird videos. There are fish in the water over there. I've seen them near where my oxygen, my water collecting system is. I've never been able to get them. They've always you can't. I don't know how to fish them out. You can't shoot into the water. The water's a barrier. But that one decided to oblige. Okay, so it's not how I wanted to start the episode, but here we are. Okay, so where we're at, we're slightly earlier than I planned to bring you back in again. We're nearly there. Okay, we've nearly got enough for the capital vessel, the Squid. We're lacking a little bit of iron on here. This wasn't too hard, most of this, actually, collecting this. I've obviously been gathering resources, like looting and stripping bases for a long time. And I've gathered a huge amount of materials. And I've got a lot of stuff left. Even though I've cleared a lot of these things out, I've got a lot of stuff left. The only stretch points I had were neodymium and iron. Neodymium is a bit of a thing, and I even looked up on the forums about this. I mean, these are, when I say forums, these are all years old. People aren't playing this very much now, I don't think. That's fine. I'm not normal. In the past, they've complained because neodymium's hard to get a hold of. There's not many places you can mine it. In fact, there's only two places I saw, I think, in the local system, which are both on Skillon, and one of them is in pirate territory. And I wouldn't want to dig that up unless I really had to, because it's neutral. They're neutral with us right now. I don't want to upset them. So I would do if I had to, but you know. But the best source is actually existing materials you already have. I mean, the reason that you need neodymium is that the capital vessel needs lots of subcomponents. Subcomponents like these: capacitor, oscillator. Actually, this one doesn't actually say near, but it is in there. It's in some of the subcomponents of this: capacitor, oscillator, flux coil. All these things use magnets. Yeah, they require neodymium. In fact, there's more than that. That's the small constructor. I've now got an advanced constructor, which, funnily enough, I only needed for the grow beds. That's all I needed it for. I couldn't make the grow beds for the vehicle with the steel ones for the CV without using advanced constructor. But there you go. We might take this with us. Yeah, there's lots of components in here that you get as resources and scrap from breaking down what do you call it? From breaking down bases, and that's why it's hard to get hold of. So in fact, what you need to make a big vessel like a CV, a lot of the things it needs to make the neodymium into are what you throw into the factory, capacitors and bits and pieces like that, and that will give you this. But it doesn't really tell you this very clearly in the game, so it's hard to know. I mean, I think I originally learnt this years ago by just going, what else can I throw in here, and playing around with it, and you can see from that you know, you put windows in, you get silicon, funnily enough, but you put in other components, you can see the raw materials that are in there. So neodymium's not that hard. A little bit of mining. I had a lot of materials already here, and from my base in Skillon, my cache in Skillon, wasn't that bad, quite frankly. But I've been playing this for a while now, obviously. Iron is just a matter of slogging your way through. I've dug up a few patches. I've scrapped a little bit of bases. You don't actually get very much from scrapping bases. You tend to get, if you scrap the walls of like a POI, you tend to get steel plates and things like that. 5 steel plates is 1 iron ingot. It's not a great return, and of course you're spending drill charge, multi charges to get those out. There's other ways of doing it. However, the great god of of Empyrion Galactic Survival has smiled upon us and gifted us something. Before we get into that, though, I've just seen something else. I'm sure this was never in here before, but I've just seen something. You maybe saw it as well. They're in here. I'm sure you couldn't. These are the things that I was complaining about, saying that I can't build. I can't build the full version of the vehicle, the full version of the Squid, because I haven't got the optronic bridges that I need for the CPU extenders. So we're going to build a vehicle that was behind on CPU power and therefore possibly quite crippled in terms of how it will work. And in fact, apparently I can make them. Now, they're bloody expensive. Okay, I need about 4 of these, but I think we might be able to get some way towards doing it. Surprisingly, I've actually got quite a lot of gold. I think I've got lots of gold. I've picked. This is mostly the stuff we mined. You know, that one big patch on Omicron and a few other little bits and pieces here and there. But we did have a lot of ingots I got as like in rewards and like POIs and stuff like that. Zascosium rather, is a bit trickier. I did get some recently. So, what do we need? Ingots or alloy? We need alloy. We've got enough for 1. Excuse the vacuuming outside. So, we've got enough for 1. Oh, and it's made from a small electronic bridge. We've got quite a few of those. What is Zascosium made from? So it's made from ore. So 5 ore gives you... Well, I haven't got any ore anyway, so I'm not worried about that for. Oh, it uses Erestrum as well. My God. So okay, so we need Erestrum ingots and Zascosium. So this is... I've got some Zascosium. Oh, not very much. This is the limiter. We've got 5 times by 5. So we can make 5... We can make 25 Zascosium ingots. I know this is not where the episode. I thought the episode was going to go, but I'm now kind of fascinated that I'll have to go and buy these. I have to buy some, I think. 25. Oh my God! I think we can make 2. I think we can make 2, which well, it doesn't really matter actually. We need 4. We need 4. What is the small CPU extender? Actually, I can make one of these now. So I think we can make one of these and one of these, I think is what we can make. So that gets us part of the way there. So what we're going to do, we're going to finish building the Squid as the current version, the crippled version that I have. Then we're going to build one of these and one of these. I might struggle for some of that, actually, because they're based upon the neodymium again, because things, for example, there's a lot of component parts needed in here, like flux cores, which use neodymium, plus where is it? This thing needs 80 oscillators. And oscillators require neodymium as well. So it might be that even if we've got the Zascosium alloy, we might be struggling on something else, the neodymium. Anyway, we're going to find out in a minute what we can actually do with these things and not stress about it too far. I would like to test the ship as it is anyway, without all the CPU things, to see is it even functional without a CPU extender. But before we do that, we've got one other thing to do, which is that, if you can see it on the scope on the top right, we've actually been given a gift. You probably can't quite see it out there. There's a meteorite out there. I never saw this thing come down, but apparently there's an iron meteorite right outside the door. This thing must have come down recently, I think. Yeah, look at this. Exactly what we need. A gift. A gift from the gods. However, we're still a bit warm. Yeah, must have come in recently. But we can't really mine this. We talked about meteorites in one of the previous episodes. And the fact that I really need a drill kit for this. So I could make some drills. strap them onto the front of the sub and drive it into this and grab some of this meteorite iron and then use that to make the finish off the thing. However, I don't think I actually need to. I'm pretty sure I've already got some drills that I found. I found us lying around. Yeah, lying around. Right, back on Skillon. Here's our cache. I've cleared a lot of stuff out of this already. I've used it. There you go. A drill. I thought I had more than one, but no, she must be misremembering. You do sometimes find them in POIs. Maybe I scrapped some of them. Obviously I've got these ones here, basic drills. I don't care about them. Yeah. Okay, well we've got one. We can strap that to the sub. Okay. So we pull this out of here. We'll pull that one out as well because we need a container controller. So this is a wood and ore one. This is what the stuff's going to go into once we drill it out. One drill's probably not going to be enough, but ooh, I didn't realise there were double length on that. That's interesting. There we go. Have I left any fuel in this? I'm not sure. That'll be enough. We're only just going out the door. Okay. I've not used this for a while, have I? Okay. It's a bit longer now. That drill's... Don't scrape the core as you go past me. Okay, now where is... That's the remains of the goose, by the way. This sadly remains over here. I stripped out all the main components out of it, and it's just a steel frame now. Which is rather sad. But it's just not worth the energy of reclaiming the bits and pieces. Right, okay. So, let's switch to the drill. Let's see what we get out of this. Pretty chonking through our ain't like anything. Now, you might say, well, that's not very impressive, and you'd be right. But of course, I've really half-assed this job as far as this thing here. I've only got one drill on here. Normally, what you'd do is you'd put like 3 or 6 or 9 on there on the front of your vehicle. That's what I've made in the past. I actually made one of these in. I don't talk about these very much, but I made one in here. Is it called the Grub or something? Yeah, you can't quite see it. It's 4 on there. It's a hover vessel. And I think I made an SV version of it as well, I thought. No? Not the Beetle? No, it's not the Beetle. Stupid names I come up with. I thought maybe it's not on this file. I'd made other versions, and I would, you know, and I've used for like mining far more quickly from asteroids and things like that. Yeah. Oh, we are already at capacity because of course I didn't put an expansion thing on here at all. Where are you dumping the material? I'm not actually dumping the material. It's fine. It's because I only put one container controller on there, and I didn't put the extension on there at all. We've made no impression on it at all, really, as far as that goes. But if you look at the life bar of the iron meteorite, we have taken off 5%, maybe, like that. And 5% in this terms means 40. Okay. So let's call this, I don't know, 400, 800 resources maybe that are in here, as far as that goes. So there you go. So that will be, as long as I keep fuel in here, and it's a bit slow, obviously because of this. It's only speed. I'll be getting more by pumping up the, by putting more drills on there. But we can quite easily drill enough material to get this. Anyway, enough of that. We've done little bits and bits. We've seen slightly deranged fish. Zascosium and things like that, and also what do you call it? Drilling with vehicles. Simple stuff in a very simple way. I was planning on doing this in the future. At some point I will make a little vehicle, a little SV, which is designed only for drilling, and when we find a tasty asteroid we want to drill into, we will use that. Something very simple. But for now, there you go. I'm going to finish off chucking the resources into this production here, and when I do, it's still going to take an hour and a half to manufacture. Okay, no time of you for you, of course, because you can come back when it's when I'm done, and I'll just present you with the vehicle. When we do that, we can then look at, does it even fly if I haven't got the CPU extenders on there? And if it doesn't, we'll take that step next. Okay, are we ready for this? Probably not, apart from anything else. I don't know where we're going to put the bloody thing. Okay. I guess out here, which I cleared the space before, didn't I? Because I didn't want anything blocking the solar panels. But we're going to leave soon, so I think we can probably do that, not worry about it. I see you over there. Freaking Tilleropod sneaking around. He wants a quick look at he's got his camera with him. He wants a quick look at the impressive object here. Aha! I cheated. I'm just going to fall down now. Have I placed it too high to reach it? I can always fly the woodpecker up there. There it comes. Oh my god. Okay, we're right. Nothing bad happened. You were prepared for something amusing to happen there, but no. Sorry. There we go. What a friggin' monster. Again, as we've said before, making something in creative and then actually making it in survival, it's quite an experience, isn't it, really? Okay. I've thrown a little bit of fuel into it. Now the question here is, remember, we've got a we're badly harassing our CPU. Yes, I can make this immediately better. I thought that the small CPU extender, the CPU2, this one required an optronic bridge. It doesn't. These ones do. So we can at least put this in here. But the question is, will this even work with only a 4% CPU efficiency? I can't see how it will. Well, there you go. I can't say I'm very surprised. Right. So, what we'll do then... Oh, my thing... Oh, of course, the screen's not on because the power's not on. What we should do is immediately put on a... we'll put the basic CPU in there, the small extender. Yeah, the Type 2 extender. See how that performs. And then if we need to, we'll put in the... we'll see if we can make at least one Type 3. It's telling me here that for the CPU extender 3 that I can't make two large optronic bridges, which is interesting. I wonder why it thinks that is. Have I not unlocked them? Oh, there's a bigger drill. No, that's the same one as for the... No, it's a larger version. It's a larger version for the HV. So according to this, it's worth 34,000. Okay. Now, what do you reckon the markup is? I don't actually know this. I don't know what the markup is for a for what we'd actually buy it for. So, a lot of things you buy in the shops are like a 70% markup on them from manufacturing cost. So I'm expecting one of these. People have said these are hideously expensive. I've got about 250,000 credits in my account, but I can't imagine buying. I imagine they could at least cost 100,000. I would have thought in the shops, but we're going to afford one. Let's see if we can make one anyway, and we'll go from there. Okay, yeah, we can make one, which is effectively none, because we need two for every CPU 3 extender. So we're making one here, but the second one we can't make the second one, and we're missing Zascosium alloy. Well, I'm surprised by that, because we've used some. I thought I'd be able to make some more, because we've got a restrum, haven't we? And I thought I worked out before I could make 25. Oh no, I'm short about eight units of alloy. No, I'm short way more than that. I'm short on the alloy is the problem. I can't make a second one. So you can carry on making that, Advanced Constructor, but we can't make the final thing from it. Now, I want you to sincerely pray. I won't ask you to do that. I'll ask you to clench your cheeks real hard, because if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to kind of cheat, but not really. A little bit cheaty, maybe a tiny bit. Yeah, just a fraction. Okay. It's in. We're 75% efficiency. Now you'd think that will probably be enough, wouldn't it, eh? You're about to leave the remote logistics network. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that is fine. Yeah, that's me talking to this. That is fine. That's so I could move the container around, the CPU thing around without having problems. Okay, let's try it again. It moves. It's probably a bit slow in responses, but it's moving about the same speed as it did in creative. Oh, I'm not noticing a lot of difference. I mean, obviously it's we know it's a big slow barge. Yeah, we're not worried about that. That's not the purpose of this. But we're not done yet making this spaceworthy. As if it's spaceworthy. No, because we need to know the purpose of this vehicle was to get us to the next system, but also to get to, where is our base? Can I not see it? Can I not see over the thing? Let's have a tip it down a bit. Oh, there it is. Look. Let's lever up. Oh, not too. No, not too far. Did I even hit it? I already hit it. It's got a bit more speed than I thought, actually. The size of it is disconcerting. Am I blocking the solar panels? I guess I am. Let's not go too close then. I want to be close enough that I can get the logistics networks talking to each other. Actually, we're okay. I've got plenty of power in the battery. The solar battery. We're fine. Right. There we go. Okay. We need to know... What am I parked on? We need to know if... what's the word I'm thinking of here? If I'm close enough to transfer things between the units, between the base and this. I appear to be parked on something. What am I parked on? It's just uneven ground. It's a little bit uneven, that's all. It ain't exactly a tabletop out here, is it? Right. Yes, we need to load up a significant portion of our materials onto this beast to see if it will still lift off. But in fact, the way we can start that is we can put this on here. So we're going to load it up. We're going to climb on the top like a maniac, like Dukes of Hazzard sliding into their car. A Dukes of Hazzard reference. Where did that come from? Why did that occur to my brain? Haven't thought about them for a very long time. Right. Clonk. The landing's always hilarious, isn't it? Okay, we are engaged. There we go. Yeah, oxygen will be removed, all that stuff. Oh, I can just jump out the roof again, can't I? No, I can't. It closed on me. Anyway, I also had a thought as well. What do you reckon about the idea of... Is it a vulnerability to the ship or not? What I'm thinking of is... If I put... if I extended the lifts down to here, and we had a protected hatch on the base of the vehicle, on the base of the ship, that I could immediately walk under the ship, get up into the lift, and travel up into the ship. I mean, it on a practical basis, it's a bit silly because these are here to defend the entrance of the ship, and I won't have those. If you can come straight into here, then you're bypassing that. No, just idle thoughts about it. Anyway, I'm going the wrong way. You know what I should have looked at first? Is the weight of the ship. 2.34 kilotons. Okay, I should really do the calculation on that to know what lift I need to take it off. There's some, obviously, that we can curb all this. There's a bit of sums involved in here to work out how much thrust we need. Well, actually, cargo lift available. There you go, 2.34 kilotons. Does that mean you're taking that off of this? I'm not quite sure what they're saying about that. Is it a... So they've got a minus on there. Okay, I can see the fuel ticking down as I sit here. Well, it's really sucking it away, isn't it? What's even on in this device, by the way? What's even on in here that's using this? I don't know. Annoying me. Turn the power off. There we go. No, I need to turn the power on. I need to test the lift on this. Okay, we're still lifting. We're still lifting from there. Let's see what happens when I load more things on here. I mean, what I'm not going to do is... I'm not going to put the sub on here. I'll put the Hawk on here. I won't leave the sub. I want the Advanced Mark II sub. We need to go and collect that from Skillion. But for now, let's do the basics. Let's transfer across all the goods from the base to here. And then we'll see how it does with that lift, because that's another 300 tons. And we can also look at what it says on that screen as far as the lift capacity. I don't really sure how they're calculating that, what they mean, what the interpretation of those values are. By God, this thing uses a lot of fuel. Right, okay. I've transferred everything across from the other base. Everything's all over the place. So, I mean, some of the things are in main stores, some of the things are in random cargo boxes. It's like moving house, and you don't know where anything is anymore. We'll find that all later. I've put oxygen in. It's actually circulating. It's not too bad. I put a lot of fuel in there. We don't need a lot of fuel for this thing. We I've put a couple of saplings growing in the growing area, but I need to make more seedlings. I need ammo for the sentry guns, the small ones watching over the bay. Okay, but we're getting out of here now, I think. Let's get out of here. Watch my fuel just drain away. I'll be quiet, internal error. Your crappy ship is such a horrible colour and it's too big. We don't like it. Get this thing into space. Right. What we need to do. We need to go to Skillon. Okay? Because I want to pick up my sub from there. That might be a waste. But I don't think so. Also, I've got a load of... materials. That's Ninges. Where is it? It's down there, of course, below the plane. I've got a lot of materials in the cache that I haven't picked up yet. So I want to grab hold of those. God, the way the fuel goes. Wow. Okay. Quite terrifying, actually. Really quite terrifying. But thank God we're finally in space. I mean, we're not moving at a bad lick either, really. I mean, 100 meters a second. We were going about 130 from the in the woodpecker. That's not a bad speed. Can they give me range on this? Why not give me range? Why does it didn't give me range on skill on here? Occasionally the game will bug out a little bit and you'll lose certain things, like you'll get things like fish swimming through the floor. You know, that happens occasionally. But also you do things like you'll miss labels or you'll do other things that, you know, seem a bit strange. You just relog the game and it's usually fine. Like there, see, there's something wrong with the interface because I'm not seeing my power is vanishing. Right, give me a second. Let me relog this. There we go. There we go. All fixed. Yeah, I would get problems. You get occasional problems on that. It's fine. It's a big game. It's complicated. We're okay with that kind of thing. Also, although we aren't going very fast, we're using a lot of fuel. I mean, the amount of stuff we're carrying and the size of this ship, it's quite impressive, really. We're doing. I did reach a little bit too far with this vehicle, but I'm okay with that. Once we get another good glut of resources, we'll look at investing in what does it take to put some more powerful engines on this, and maybe some other efficiencies. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it might be that bigger engines will be more efficient. I'll have to have a look at some of the forums and boards on that to see what they say about more powerful things. But anyway, this vehicle is designed to get us from A to B, and once we're at B, we explore in the smaller in the woodpecker, or occasionally the sub, and then we use the we're going to use some other methods to generate some power to keep ourselves going. Right, sounds like the miniguns just wasted some of the monsters that classically spawn out here. Did you see what happened, Gary? Did you see it? Not sure. Yeah, there's usually a patch of like ripper hounds that spawn over there. So let's quickly pick up all the remaining items from the cache. Okay, let's get the ramps down, and we'll go and collect our thingy. Where's these corpses over here? No free meats over here from what the minigun was doing? No, there's usually some ripper hounds over here. Oh well, they've obviously despawned or something. Never mind. There's nothing in the sub. The cache is completely empty now, including all the ammo. There's nothing in the sub. But we can at least park it up on the ship now. Look at that magnificent beast. Look at it. Right, how well is this going to go? Do we need a bit of a run-up? Oh, we've got the juice for it. We've got the juice. Okay. What happened there? Oh, you know what? We've got the we've got the problem I fixed on the custom build, haven't we? Which is that these are in the way, stupid little flashers. Where did you idiot put those on there? What a ridiculous idea. Yeah, we're going to have to update the save repair template at some point. Otherwise, if we ever get this repaired, it will rebuild those lights. So we need to change the repair template. There we go. That's off. This is definitely off as well, isn't it? This is off. Yeah, okay. Okay, there's nothing else in the other system. I've cleared out all the other stuff from, like... I've got other subs line. I've got two other subs. I've got another sub line around on Maspron and one on Ninges, but they've got nothing in them. I just can't be bothered. I can't bother to go and get the stuff from them. So... we're getting out of here. And we're going to finish this episode by... he says with trepidation, jumping to the next system as part of the quest, the main quest. Let's remind ourselves what that was. Kids screaming outside. We'll play this Rogue Zirac Special Forces unit. Okay, that was it. A Cassodra system. Thank you, Kazal, for the reminder. System. No. It's definitely the right one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. How do I lock onto that? Because normally I've got an orange target that I lock onto for an individual planet. Is there one? Or do I just go? Am I still definitely locked on? It looks like we're locked on. You need to fly towards the target to activate the jump point. Fair enough, that's what I expected from the original. I'm just trying to find the target. And I can't search on the plane of the system in the same way. So what do I do? Ah, there it is, there it is, there it is, there she is. Only 2.4 light years. We've got a lot more range than that. Here we go. There's a system, an unpredictable radiation monster. The good thing about it, the radiation will conceal your ship until you land on the planet. The secret base is located on Wastel. Wastel? Wow. Okay. I can't see anything from here right now. There we go. I'm just being a dummy. I'm not looking at the right bloody map, am I? Let's go to... We've got a few different things around here. We're going to go to Wastrel. Have a quick look at these though first. They're probably just, you know, clusters of rocks, but they're not very far away. So why don't we go there first? Well, that is for next episode. Yeah? We will have a look around here and see what the heck is going on. Thanks for watching, take care of yourself, and I hope you'll join me again next time.